Hey everyone. Yeah, I'm coming in a bit late tonight, but it's all good. Hi. Of course, I'm in the wrong spot. I remember. I moved all my stuffs around. So, how are you? Oh, I'm ready for a nap. Oh my goodness. I'm exhausted, guys. It's been a busy weekend. Lots of stuff going on. Happy Mother's Day for all the moms out there. I'm ready to go to bed. But you know what? I decided to come on, do a little bit of crafting with you guys before I nod off into sleepland. So, if you remember vaguely last night, if you were watching, we were working with these pieces to kind of prep for the presentation, which turns out I didn't really need another set, but that's okay. So, really, right now, I'm gonna finish this card. That way, hey, might as well finish the card, be done, moves it on, so it's all good. So, I'm gonna add a stamp to this because I'm gonna add to what I want this to be, which is the little sailboat thing happening from the Under the Moon, which is retired but still a goodie. All right, Under the Moon. Here we go. Ooh. And I'm gonna use Misty Moonlight for the Under the Moon. Oh, I just thought of something. Shoot. You know what? Let's heat emboss it. I'm in a heat embossing mood. But even though I inked it up, I'll re-ink it in a moment. Oh my goodness, this is what happens when I decide to do things without planning. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. I'm just exhausted. Oh, for all good measures. Alright. I'll just grab my cable. So let me get prepped here with the supplies that I need. So I've got my heat embossing box nearby because I was using it earlier today to do some others. And you know what? I'm in the mood. Heat embossing is all the rage. I love heat embossing. Alright. So half awake kitty. Literally. Whew. Alright, we'll fix that in a moment. Alright, let's get prepped here. So first step is the surface. There we go. That's supposed to help it. I don't actually know if it does or not, but I'm going with it. And then we got the tools. We got the powder. So we're gonna do it. Alright, so I'm just gonna rearrange a little bit. Alright, and then we're gonna re-ink that. Alright, that should be good. There we go. Throw some powder. I know I'm doing off camera, but roll with me here. There we go. So I just threw it on super quickly. Of course, my sponge is not ready. Of course not. Why would it be ready? Because I went out today. Because it was Mother's Day. So let me grab that. I gotta clean this bucket too. Because you can see it's getting a little bit colored in there. And I'll heat blast that in a moment. I just want to get the stamp cleaned. Because this was the remaining step from today that I really want to do. That way you guys can see too what the heck I'm doing. Just clean it. Alright, so then dry my hand a little. It's being more wet than it should be because I gotta be careful because this is watercolor paper, so I don't want to goof up my stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna grab this, grab the tweezers. I'm gonna move that aside. I'm gonna grab the brush smooth out some of the excess. Alright, it's half decent. And then we're going to blast the sucker. And I did half of it, so I seem to be having difficulty heat embossing these days. I think my ink pads need a little love. Let me just blast it a little more. Yeah, I'm having quite a time. I just made the rest of it disappear. Huh. I can't seem to heat emboss. I'm having difficulty with this today. I don't know what happened. What happens if I just sprinkle some powder on it, just for giggles? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I'm having difficulty heat embossing. I'm doing all the steps, I just can't heat emboss. So what's wrong with me? I don't know. Practice makes perfect, so we'll see. All good. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to assemble this card even though it's missing the heat embossing. What am I doing wrong? I mean, it could literally be the ink. The ink's just not inky enough. Because it has to be like really, really wet for it to do it. And maybe the paper's just absorbing it because that's watercolor paper. I don't know. We will sort out another day. So I was going to pack up my supplies. Unplug the heat tool so we're not going to burn ourselves. That'd be handy. Ooh. Whoops, I got like things bouncing everywhere. Alright, and then put that away. Alright, this stuff's getting put away right now. Before I do something really silly and knock things over everywhere possible. There we go. Okay, so we're going to finish this card for real. Hey Tony, how are you? Thanks for watching. And bone folder would be useful. Once I grab it. There we go. So this is going to go on with dimensionals. Oh, I hear one of the kids upstairs digging for China. Aren't they cute little buggers, even though they're buggers? Oh, yeah, I'm ready for a nap. I gotta go to bed soon, guys. Ooh. I got a busy week again. So there we go. Let me go back more in the center of the table here. Sorry. Because I changed the camera, everything's kind of weird for me right now. Yeah, this paper seemed to fight off the embossing stuff. That's okay. I will figure it out. I don't know what's going wrong here. Practice makes perfect. Could just be the ink. It's not inky enough. But it is true. It has to be like super inky to be able to pull this stuff. Oh, I forgot dimensional. There we go. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I love this card. This is like my favorite one. I got powder everywhere. From the Notes and Totes bundle. I did kind of use some other stuff, like the watercolor paper and all that fun stuff. But this one is my favorite. Oh, I forgot to do the technique on this. Let me do that now. Let me put that stamp away too. That'd be useful. Before I do something really silly. Ooh. Alright, so do the wood grain like what I've been doing. Take Early Espresso and Cajun Craze, the two inks. So I'm just going to do this way over here because this is going to get messy. Just suddenly my other chat's blowing up that I'm involved in. So I'm just creating a wood grain look to this wood grain. So there's that to start, which looks really darn cool. And then I'm going to come in with the lighter brown, which is a different brown anyway. Just to help, you know, change up the look. There we go. And then come back in one more time with the darker brown just to kind of work out some of the red, like the reddish brown. I mean, it is a cool technique doing this. There we go. I'm happy with it. I'm super happy with it. Then because I got a little bit of ink on the table, I just don't want to put the white cardstock on there. Check my hands. I'm okay-ish. And then bring this over. And then this is going to go on with mostly dimensionals. Mostly. That way I can say this card is finished. Woohoo. This is my favorite one that I've done from this set overall. It's just that, and it's all based around that wood grain dye to create that effect. And I just think it looks really, really cool. Even though the bundle was notes and totes. Go figure. Notes and totes. Because it's got like a good beach theme to it, actually. We got like lotion, water bottle, sunglasses, a tote, starfish, seashell. Super beachy theme. So that's come on quite nicely. Camera's got a slight skew on it. Sorry guys. Still trying to get the hang of it. And then take one of these. We're going to use some of this. Need some scissors again. Scissors, where are you? And cut like 3/4. Then this, we're going to grab some adhesive. I've made this card like so many times. It's like I just keep making it over and over. This one I put a lot of work into it. I'm just going to pull something off my table that I forgot was on my table from last night. Piece of tape from the Cajun Craze ink that I forgot was on there. So I'm just going to grab some adhesive on here to make the signpost. More or less fold that in because it's sticking out pretty good. More or less up the middle. I want it purposely the vanilla paper for a reason. And then this I heat embossed. This turned out nicely. I don't know why the other stuff's not working. So I'll have to see later. Could be the stamp, could be the dye, or the stamp, the ink, whatever. So this Relax and Enjoy is going to go on the card. And then we're practically done. Then lastly is the back of the card, which I'll do very shortly. That way this card's officially done. Oh. That didn't even stick on. What is with me tonight? Wow, I can't even get things glued on. Oh my goodness. And then, there we go. Relax and Enjoy. I love this card. I really do. So then open it up. I'm just going to stamp over here. I'll use Early Espresso. Why not? Let's see how this ink is doing. But the obvious thing I need to do is use better ink. I have ink refills for these guys too. Some of these anyway. Might have to use that from heat embossing to really ink it up. Alrighty, this card is officially done and I'm gonna go because I'm tired, I'm sleepy. I got a busy week ahead, so yeah. Next up in this whole team project planning thing is I need to draft out the notes for the next 2 cards. Actually, next 3, but And as well, I need to plan out my May card class. I'm going to be using the notes until it's bundled for the May class because I'm like, hey, I'm already so into it, might as well go with it. But I need to decide what we're doing for the class. I don't know yet. We shall see. All right, friends, I'm going to go for real. Have a great night. Bye for now.